So now it says, what if there is stuff outside the absolute value bars? Okay, so this is where we are going to isolate the absolute value. So what does that mean? That means that you have to move all the stuff to the other side. I ran out of room in my box, sorry. Okay, so to isolate the absolute value, we're going to move all the stuff to the other side. So let's jump up here and look at number 9. So look, here's my absolute value, but it's not alone. Look what it has going on. There's a +2 on this side. I can't have that +2 there, so I need to move it. So now I'm going to solve the equation. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. These are going to cancel out. Now I have the absolute value of C is equal to 10. Now you can see my absolute value is by itself, so I'm going to pull out what's inside. So C is going to be equal to the positive 10, or C is equal to negative 10. And so then this answer, we would write C with our brackets is 10 comma negative 10. Okay, that's it. Let's try another one. Let's look at 11. This one, here's my absolute value, and now look what's going on here. I have a 6 out here. Just like with parentheses, if a number is written right next to it, that means multiply. So we need to undo that. So to solve this, I'm going to divide both sides by 6. That'll cancel out, leaving my absolute value of x. 24 divided by 6 is 8. Or no, yeah, your teacher's crazy right now. I don't know where that came from. 24 divided by 6 is 4. Okay, let's try that again. Now, I'm going to, absolute value is isolated, so I'm going to pull out what's inside. So now x is equal to the positive 4, or x is equal to negative 4. So then we would write our answer with the brackets, 4, negative 4. Okay? All right, let's look at number 12 as they start to get a little more complicated here. All right, so now here's my absolute value. And look what's going on. I have a number on the outside here that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to divide by negative 2. Now I'll get the absolute value of z plus 3 is equal to negative 14 divided by negative 2 gives me a positive 7. Now I need to solve, so I'm going to take out what's inside here. So z plus 3, and it's going to be equal to the positive 7, or z plus 3 is equal to negative 7. Okay? And now we're going to solve both equations. Excuse me. All right. Didn't mean to sneeze. So now we have z plus 3. So I'm going to subtract 3. And this one's going to be that z equals 4. Or if I come over here and subtract 3, z equals a negative 10. All right, see how I'm doing that? So now z is equal to 4 comma negative 10. All right. Let's try one more of these notes and then we'll be done. Let's look at 14, okay? Last one. This is the hardest one we're going to do today. So here is my absolute value. I have to get rid of everything else. Now look, this one has two things going on. It has a negative 10 that's being multiplied, and then it also has, let me change this, a subtraction. So just like when we work with any other of our equations, we need to move the addition or subtraction first, okay? So I'm going to add, holy cow, I don't know what's going on today. I like the number 4 for some reason. I'm going to add 3 to both sides, okay? This is going to cancel out here. Now I'm still left with negative 10 times h plus 5 in my absolute value. Negative 83 plus 3 is going to give me a negative 80. Okay. Now we need to get rid of this negative 10 because it's still there. So now I'm going to divide by negative 10 because it was being multiplied. And so I have the absolute value of h plus 5 equals, a negative divided by a negative is a positive, and that would be 8. Now we need to set up our two equations. I'm going to take out what's inside here. Okay, so this right here is what's inside. So I get h plus 5 equals a positive 8, or h plus 5 equals negative 8. Now we just want to solve. Subtract 5. So h equals 3. Or if we subtract 5 over here, h equals negative 13. And then you would write your answer combining those. I'm running out of space here, so I'm going to write it over here. So h is equal to brackets 3 or negative 13. And that would be your answer. Okay? So I left some of these blank. I encourage you to try a few before you come back to class tomorrow, and then we will do some bell ringer and do some work. If you have any questions, feel free to come in and see me in the morning before